We're back, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. We're back with the Diamond Duo podcast. Shit's about to get controversial today. We got Nichols' ranking of the top 20 players in the league right now, and then we're going my ranking top 20. Pretty sure we're not going to disagree on some of these. So, let's get straight into it, Mose. Come on.
All right, so my top 20 in the league as of right now, after this past season. Number one, I got Luka Doncic. Number two, I got the Joker. Three, I got Giannis. Four, Embiid. Five, Tatum. Just want a chip. Six, the chef, Steph Curry. He's still got to be up there. I got Shai right behind him at seven. Kevin Durant at eight. Still a bucket. We got LeBron at nine. Ant-Man at 10. Kawhi at 11, Anthony Davis at 12, Jalen Brown at 13, Finals MVP. You got to put him up there. Ja Morant, he's at 14, even though he's injured. He could be higher, though. He could be higher. Uh, Jalen Brunson at 15. He could be higher, too, after this past year, but
No shit.
I'll keep him at 15. D. Mitch, got him at 16. He's a bucket. He's still balling. All right, I got Booker at 17. Um, Paul George at 18, Kyrie at 19, and
Okay.
20 to round out my list. I got Damian Lillard at 20.
Dame Dollar.
That's
Okay,
20.
so
Some names were left off, I'll tell you that. But
it
after
gets tough.
15, it's pretty
It's
tough.
tough after 10. So here we got to
Yeah,
look at Nichols' top 10 right here, or top 20, I'm sorry. We can go
I
down the
like
list
it.
and check at it, but let me hit
I
you with
like it.
mine.
A lot of people could be
I-
higher, a lot of people could be lower.
I'm
Um,
gonna tell you why too. My top 20, Joker at the one, number one player in the league, still Nikola Jokic. Two, Luka Doncic. Three, Giannis. Four, Shea. Five, Steph Curry, still. Six, Embiid. Seven, Jason Tatum. Eight, Jalen Brunson. You're sleeping on him, Mose. I'm not having it with it.
8.
Nine, Anthony Edwards. 10, Kevin Durant. 11, AD. 12, LeBron James. 13, Kawhi. 14, D Book. Right after him, 15, D Mitch. 16, Jalen Brown. Finals MVP, whatever you want to call it. 17, Wemby. Just put respect on him.
Whew.
18, Bam. 19, Big Zion. And rounded out 20, Kyrie Irving,
Okay.
the meditation, the flat earther. So here we go, looking at my list right now. Boom. There we go. So right off the rip,
Trying to think, how many names do I have that you don't? How many you have that I don't? There's
uh
definitely four or five.
yeah,
PG
you got PG and Dame
and Ja.
and Ja, which is a crazy pull. I mean, he barely even played last year, so I just couldn't put him in there, but I still got respect for Ja. But let's go to the top.
Hmm.
Our top five is definitely looking different, but yeah, I had to go Joker still number one. I mean, everyone was going to put Luka, even if he didn't win the finals, but he made it to the finals at one. I'm still not there yet. I still would take Joker over anybody in the league. And just because he gets everybody involved, he's just efficient. He actually can play a little bit of defense because he's bigger than Luka. The only weakness in Luka's game is that he does not play a lick of defense.
Hmm.
But I'm still taking Joker at the one.
All
You
right,
got
so
Luka. Why you got Luka though? Come
yeah,
on,
so I got Luka at one. Obviously, the Joker's won what, three out of the last four MVPs,
talk about it.
and he did win a chip. So I mean, he deserves. I can see him being number one, but I don't even think he should have won MVP this year. So
Cool.
I think Luka should have won. He averaged 33 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds,
Yep.
pretty much a triple double. Obviously he had
But
Kyrie on his team this year, but he carried his team. Obviously, and yeah, his defense isn't that good, but I just thought his numbers were crazy this year. They were the 4 or 5 seed matchup first round in the tough ass West. So I mean, he's been playing good all year, and I thought it's time for him to win an MVP. Jokic just won two already, just won his third. So I think Luka is taking the throne for the best player in the league. But I mean, I guess I can see
yeah,
Jokic the number one.
I could still
It's
see it.
close.
But also, all right, let's go to this. Um, I'm still not putting Embiid in my top five just because
Yeah, I don't get that.
playoff time, we've yet to see him do anything crazy. There's no memorable playoff moment from Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Um, Tatum, I mean, I got him up there, but you don't have even Brunson anywhere close to the top 10. You got him 15th. I got him at 8. Strictly off last year, he talked about carrying the team. Jalen Brunson, absolute bucket getter, carrying that Knicks team. No one else on the team was even close to averaging 20 because Julius Randle was hurt half the year. Carried them in the playoffs. He's averaging 40. Why are you hating on Jalen Brunson is a real question.
Well, he did lose to the Pacers. They were pretty weak in the playoffs, by the way. If we're
Seven,
talking playoffs.
7 games.
Um, yeah. So before that, you got Shea above Embiid.
Oh,
I got
100%.
Embiid averaged 35. I mean, yeah, Shea's a walking 31. I mean, I can't name how many times he got
Hey,
31 this year,
let me tell you
but
why.
Embiid, 35 points a game, most dominant big on offense in the league, scoring wise.
Besides Jokic, sure. Oh yeah, scoring wise, sure. But
Scoring
yeah.
wise, but Embiid is definitely a top five player.
All right,
Putting him
well,
at six is disrespect. Disrespect.
I mean, you could argue Curry, but I'll still take Curry. Just he was just on a terrible team. I'll still take Curry. But Shea, the reason Embiid, I still feel like someone you gotta you gotta get set the table for Embiid. Like you gotta have someone to get him the ball because he is a big guy. And that's kind of why I'm just taking Shea over him. He can create more by himself. He's like the best half court creator besides Luka and Joker,
Hmm.
and he can do
Yeah.
it himself. He doesn't need someone to get him the ball. He can get others the ball or do it himself. That's why I got Shea above him. And he's just, yeah, 50% shooting on 30 points as a
No,
guard,
that's facts.
fucking up on
And then
defense.
what? So I had Brunson at 15. You had Brunson at 8.
Respect.
Um, no, he was he could honestly be in conversation for most improved player this year. I
He was
mean,
top five in MVP.
yeah, top five in
Yeah.
MVP. The second half of the season, he was um, carried the Knicks team. But I don't know. I think I'd put him above Brunson as a player, in my opinion. You got to put the Finals MVP above Brunson. I think you
No,
got
he,
to.
he was on a way better team. That's the whole reason.
No, it's true, but I can't name a player better than Brunson above the 15. 14 and down, I honestly
I
think
just
they're all.
told you all of them. These old dudes are not better than Jalen Brunson. He's now KD, Bron, Kawhi are all old as hell. They just have flashes of greatness. Brunson's doing it every single night. Taking Brunson over these old dudes, like there's no way I'm putting LeBron at 40 years old over Jalen Brunson. He just can't do it every night. Brunson's carrying this team. He's averaging 40 in the playoffs. Like, I don't think LeBron can, like, he can give you a 40-point game, like one every five, one every 10. But him, AD, KD, Kawhi, they're all just getting old. They don't got the same motor that Brunson does. And he was carrying the Knicks. They were the 2 seed. He was top five in MVP voting. What else can you say?
Yeah, I mean, he had a great year, obviously. He did
Fantastic.
carry the Knicks, but if I'm just looking at the players above him that I have, like you said, the older guys, Braun, KD, Ant-Man, or he's not older, but Kawhi, Curry. I mean, all these guys I'd rather have on my team. When you look at Brunson's game when you're actually watching them play. All he does is just try and get fouled. He shoots so many fucking free throws
Hey,
every
don't
game.
hate the player, hate the game.
No, I don't hate the player, I'll tell you that. But I
Just
don't
dude, tell
but I don't love his game. I don't love his game. The way he plays isn't appealing to watch.
okay.
I,
If
yeah, I'm just saying,
if you're gonna say that, you got Luka, the foul merchant, at number one. You got Shai in the top seven. If you Embiid is a free throw
yeah.
merchant. He lives off of free
I'm
throws.
not saying Brunson's the only one that does it. I mean, obviously Luka does the
Hey,
same. They're
it's a
all good at getting fouled,
he's
but
smarter
I'll
than the
tell you
top.
who's a lot better
Smarter.
at doing it is Joel Embiid and Luka. And
Really?
first of all, they're both more unstoppable too. Um,
Hey,
they
still
are, and
playoff
they
when he
average way more points.
okay, but I look at playoff success. This is what his first year in the playoffs with the Knicks. I get.
Hmm.
I mean, last year. I don't even want to. I don't even want to think about this year. Let's just talk about last year. What
Yeah.
happened this year is what I mean.
Hmm.
40-point balls in the playoffs. It's efficient. If he's drawing fouls, it just means he's smarter than the defense. Like he's not flopping. He's just drawing fouls. He's getting people in the air. He's playing smart. Let's not like act like half the top 10 doesn't do this. But if you're not doing it and you're not getting the easy free throws, then what are you doing? Like it's part of the game. But he can do it all. He's efficient. He gets others involved. He plays the right way. He might not be a lockdown defender, but I could say that about Luka. I could say that about Curry. I just got
Yeah.
him up there, and you're gonna respect him. He'll be top five in MVP again. You
I don't
better
know about that.
respect him. You better
I don't
respect
know about that with McCall coming to his team. I think I'm respecting him, putting him at 15. I mean, he wasn't even top 25 coming into the year. I got
him.
him
Yeah,
at 15.
but I'm not
I'm
caring
putting him
about.
ahead. He jumped D Mitch. He jumped D Book. He jumped PG, Kyrie, Dame. I'm giving him his respect, in my opinion.
Okay.
But, and we're talking about playoff success. I mean, he beat the 76ers with a hurt Embiid, and they
Hey,
were supposed to win that. The Knicks were the two seed. Let's
always
not
hurt
get that.
me.
Let's not let that fly under the rug.
Right.
Knicks were the two seed. Yeah, they earned it.
On whose shoulders?
Yeah, no,
Jalen Brunson.
Brunson, they earned the two seed, but they play the Sixers, a hurt Sixers team. More importantly, hurt Embiid. And yeah, they beat them. And then the
Hey,
second round, they play the Pacers.
the Knicks were
Pacers
beat
were
up.
Pacers were mid this year, and they lost to the Pacers. The Knicks were hurt too, but if we're talking about playoff success and we're talking about Brunson, I think you got to beat the Pacers.
Dude, it's a
Home
team
court
game. The
advantage.
Sixers had way more depth. The Knicks are running out of guys. OG got hurt. They're playing 48 minutes on Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. All these guys, they're playing 48. And let's talk about playoff success. You got Jalen Brown up there. No hate on Jalen Brown. I love him. But if you swap or if you put Brunson on the Celtics, they're walking to the finals, and he's probably winning finals MVP over Jason Tatum. So don't like let's not we can't talk about playoff success. You got to talk about individual what they do for their team. Brunson is a top eight. Hell,
Okay,
I could put him higher if I really wanted to.
playoff success. Back to that. Jalen Brown switching for Brunson. Maybe they have a cakewalk, but they still had a cakewalk with Jalen Brown on their team. So
Right.
it wouldn't have been any different. They would have won just
100%.
like they did. And Brunson, who you got number two on your list? Luka?
Yeah.
Who guarded him in the championship? Jalen Brown. That's the reason why he
The whole
won.
team.
That's the who would have guarded him if Brown and Brunson were switched teams? Who would Derek White would
Eric
have guarded
White,
him?
Drew Holiday. The whole team was guarding Luka, bro. I don't
Yeah,
want Celtics were the best defensive team all year, best
they
team all
were, and they had a lot of
year.
guys that guarded Luka.
I'm
But
no, I'm taking the guy on the worst team that's carrying more of a load that's still got his team, pretty decently far. Obviously, like the Knicks weren't gonna beat the Celtics anyways. Apparently no one was. They got what do you call it? Mavs got out of there in five anyway, so no one really had a chance against the Celtics all year. But I'm taking the guy on the worst team carrying more of a load over these guys on just better teams. That's why I got Curry so high. That's why I got Brunson so high. It just
I
is
don't
what
know.
it is, dude.
I don't think Jalen Brown earned the Finals MVP because he guarded Luka. He scored.
I agree.
He did everything he needed to do. And I
I
don't think
agree.
you can put
Well then, hey, why
Jalen
don't
Brunson over him.
Why don't you put him over Tatum then? If we're talking playoff
Because
success,
no, that's true, but
he was better than Tatum the whole time. Come
you
on,
didn't
stand
you didn't
on
put
it,
him above him either. But
stand
it's,
on it. I did.
no, even if you put
I think
Brunson
the
on the
whole year.
Celtics, Jason Tatum's still the best player on the Celtics. I'm not saying he's not. That's why they're so good because they have two top 15
Yeah.
players.
It's close though. It's close. You see where I got him right here. You see, it's close though. Obviously, Tatum's 6'10", puts him at an advantage. He's just naturally is like a higher ceiling better. But I just like what Jalen Brunson does. Just efficient. Tatum was Mr. Inefficient in the playoffs. Dude was just chucking shots. And he'll just get lost out there shooting threes. That's the only thing I don't like about Tatum, but still. Yeah, I mean, I just think you got Brunson too low. Let's also talk about
Brunson hasn't earned a top 8 player yet. That's all I'm gonna say.
well,
Jalen Brown could be
he
higher.
has. So
Finals
top five
MVP.
in MVP doesn't mean you're a top eight player in the league because I think it does.
No. Well, Finals MVP means you're 16th in the league. That's what you have.
But that because he was on the yeah, you got him at 13. He was
Yeah, I should
on
have
the
put him
best
higher.
team, dude. He's on the best team. We
No,
gonna
he,
see. We gonna see. I hope the Knicks beat the Celtics ass this year. I would love to see it.
that's
I
not
mean,
happening. I promise you that's not happening.
hey, we'll see about Porzingis. I would love to see it. Michael Bridges is gonna make a difference. All right, let's go down here
That would be fire.
to a guy I don't even got on the list. Paul George.
Hmm.
The thing about Paul George is I feel like his talent, like his skills, his bag often just overlooks his actual like production. And that's
No,
why
that's
everyone
facts.
like every player in the league, all these young guys love Paul George just because he's got the handles, he's got the bag and all this. But like what he actually produces is just not as much as basically any of these guys I got on this list, obviously. And
No,
honestly, yeah, Kyrie and Dame, who you got 1920, I'm probably taking over Paul George because it looks real pretty when Paul George does it, but he's just not that consistent. Again, talk about the playoffs. They needed him to step up big against the Mavs first round. No Kawhi. Dude was just disappeared for about three of the games. So
I don't know. I mean,
um
I'd agree. Paul
he's
George,
fading down.
if I did this ranking a year or two ago, I'd have Paul George much higher, maybe like 12 or 13, 14.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him in my top 20, but no, I agree. All these young guys are like Paul George is my GOAT. Carmelo Anthony's son said that. It's just because it looks nonchalant. It looks like he's not trying,
It's the
and he
highlights are
has
great.
yeah, and he has a bag. And they see his highlights when he was younger.
Paul
But
George,
yeah,
I
when
go
you look at actual
crazy.
winning and production with the team that he has, I mean, it's not much. And honestly, if you look at his career high, or if you look at his career stats, he averages 20 a game for his career. I mean, that's
He
not
got a
like
slow start though, but yeah.
he did, but like I don't know. I mean, 20 a game for your whole career, I feel like most people would think he'd average a little more than that.
Well, that's he did start off slow and then he was like and he had the broken leg and stuff, but he was like a steady like 28, 27 for a while, but still, again, I think he's fading.
Yeah.
It looks better than the actual production is, so that's the reason
Hmm.
I put that PG on here. And that's the
Yeah.
thing with like Bam. Reason I got him is like dude only takes like 13, 14 shots a game and he's averaging like a solid 20 and 10. Like if Bam was getting half the shots that these guys are getting, if he was getting 20 shots a game, like he's putting up 30 points, he's putting up 28
That's what
easy.
Bam needs to play more like Embiid. Like he needs to start wanting to score and take over more.
I know, but I feel like it's
His
just kind
talent
of
is insane.
I feel like it's kind of just a Heat system. Like they really don't
Yeah.
give it to him like that. But yeah, that's another story. Also, he's a top five defender in the league, easy. So I got him up there. Wemby, you don't got him on the list. You're
No,
gonna have him on the list because again, top the best defender in the league after his rookie year. Half the time early on, he didn't even know what he was doing out there. He's just getting used to the NBA. Like, dude, he is going to be a force. Still was at the end of the year. And I mean, if we're talking like going forward, he might be number one on who I want on my list. But I have to throw him in my top 20 just because. you just can't teach it. He just has things that he moves like a guard. He's 7'5". Like we all know it. Like we see it. I got to put Wemby in my top 20 every day,
Yeah.
twice on
I
Sunday.
mean, this list is obviously not who you want to start a team with list because obviously we both have Wemby top
One-
three already
Yeah,
after his rookie year. Um, no, he's gonna be top 10 by his second or third year easily. He's one in a generation type player, but I don't know. I mean, if you talk about best defender in the league, I don't know if you can say that. I mean, he has the long wingspan. He's
I will
insane
say
at blocking shots, great instincts. But like, I think guarding the ball like Drew Holiday does, I would call him a better actual defender than Wembanyama.
yeah, but he can't do the things that Wemby can.
Yeah, Wemby just blocks everybody and like he can move quick on his feet and
He can
he's got
guard
good
anybody.
agility. But guarding the actual ball on the perimeter, that's harder to do. And
He
I
can
don't know
do
if I'd
it.
say he's a top defender yet.
He can do it. He can guard anybody in the league. Uh, Again, Rudy Gobert should not have won Defensive Player of the Year. I can go on a rant about this. He had
No.
he had a fucking all defensive team around him. He's got Ant Edwards, McDaniels, you know, Cat when he wants
Conley.
to. Conley's a great defender. And so they look at the numbers, and of course they were the 2 seed, and they give Rudy Gobert the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm like, dude, if you watch the game, like it's just so clearly Wemby. Like he just takes up
Yeah,
so much space. He's like Rudy Gobert mixed with like Giannis and KD all in one person. So
I don't
I,
know.
I don't even I hate it so much. They only didn't give it to him because he's a rookie and he'll probably win the next 7 Defensive Player of the Years. But yeah,
I
I just
mean, but they give defensive player of the year to people with like the best defensive numbers and like the
yeah,
ratings and stuff. But even if they did that, Rudy didn't lead the league in blocks. Like
we're
Wemby was up
still
there,
nothing.
AD was up there,
They
but
did, yeah.
I don't
They did
know.
because the Timberwolves were the best defensive like team like rating. But dude, they didn't factor in how good Anthony Edwards and McDaniels are. Like it just pisses me off. The Spurs had nobody out there, and Wemby is the whole defense. So I guess he'll get it next year and the next year and all that
Yeah.
after that. But I just think he should have got it. And I'm a Rudy Gobert hater, so I'll stand on that all day. But
They also need to give
yeah,
defensive player of the year like Drew Holiday, he might have one, Marcus Smart got one, but like
that was stupid.
it's not all
That's
about
stupid.
numbers though. It's about
No,
like
I
guarding
know.
the ball. Like you see all these highlights in the playoffs of Drew Holiday making the right defensive play at the right time.
I agree.
He always does that. So I feel like he's always got to be in
But
conversation, even when he's not making like
I agree with that.
steal
But
numbers and block numbers.
I will also say the Celtics are a very good defensive team outside of Drew Holiday.
No, that's true, but he's
Tatum
the
Brown, Derek
but look
White.
at him guard the ball.
No,
Look
I
at him.
know. I agree with that. But hey, let's not talk about last year when Jimmy Butler was cooking them for 50 in the first round and nobody wanted to say shit about Drew Holiday then. That's all I gotta say. That's all
Well,
I
yeah, we can talk about last year. We're talking about this
No,
past
I'm
year.
just saying, hey, he's a great like defender, but his overall defense, I'm taking Wemby.
Yeah.
But I
I will
got
say number 14 on my list boomed on Wemby. That's all I'm gonna say.
did he?
Um,
He got
oh
him.
yeah.
He caught him
Oh
off
yeah.
guard.
Because you know he's trying to every time he gets in the
Ah,
paint.
dude, I love Ja Morant, but man, I mean, he'll probably creep back into my list. But he just didn't play at all. But man, I'm looking forward to him getting back on the court with the Grizzlies. They could be cold. But yeah, any other gripes you got with my list? I got Big Z in there. Zion.
Yeah. I will say this list and like where we are right now in the league with all the players getting older and all these young guys, like these are lists that can change honestly by week, especially during the season. Um, but I don't know. I mean, you
Go
got
ahead,
Zion, I
buddy.
got Dame. There's two way different players. Other than that, I mean, we only have three players that each other don't have. But
Yeah,
KD,
we can
KD, AD,
see
Bron, Kawhi, they're
is
all near each other on yours and mine. So
you still got KD Braun in the top 10, but this is the first time in in 15 years that KD and Braun had not been in the top 10. Just
mm,
it's a change of the guard, and I mean you can see like the obvious top 5 or 6 is for the future, Joker, Luka, Giannis, Shea, Embiid, Brunson,
Hmm.
Tatum, Ant. So I guess you can say the league's in good hands, but it is kind of fucking crazy seeing these guys not in
Yeah.
there and they're slowly
Hmm.
fading. And I
And
mean,
Curry. I mean, Curry's
Curry's
kind
still
they
in
didn't
there.
even make the playoffs this year. We're
Again,
gonna keep Curry in there because he didn't really have a good team and he was carrying the
exactly. I
Warriors.
look at I'm going on individual performance. Like you put
Yeah.
Curry on, a good team, everyone's like, "Oh, he's still Curry," but you forget about him just because how trash the Warriors were last year.
Yeah, and how much worse they're gonna be next year. Actually, just in Buddy Hield just signed with the Warriors, if you saw that.
Actually,
Yeah. So they had Splash Brothers, now they got Splash Buddy,
gosh,
Splash
buddies,
Buddies. Yeah. But I
bro.
mean, good I guess he's a good replacement for Clay. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, if
him and
this,
Curry are the last 5 years. Buddy Hield and Curry have hit the most. They're top two for the most threes.
oh yeah, Buddy Hield. If you probably look at his percentages, his field goal and his 3-pointer are the exact same because all he
Yeah,
shoot threes.
always shoots threes.
Dude,
His three might be fucking better.
the funniest thing ever is remember that the tip off first play of the game, Buddy catches it and makes a three.
Yes, just
It's
pulls
like
it.
there's so many memes. It's like shooting in the DMs and it like the dots pop up right away and it's like Buddy Hield just fucking
Yeah,
first
just pulls it.
fastest bucket in NBA history. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that Klay Thompson's on the Warriors and he's getting replaced by Buddy Hield now. But hey, it is what it is. All
Of
right,
course, they're going for the shooting. I mean, picked up Buddy like it was nothing
good
right away.
wrap up on the top 20. Um, man, Wemby is going to be a force. I bet after this year, he's going to be in the top 10 every single year.
Yeah, I
It's
agree with that.
he is unlimited potential. CP is going to be giving lobs. Like I couldn't stand watching the Spurs with these bums they had out there trying to like, dude. I feel like I could go out there and average 7 assists, just throwing the ball up. Wemby will catch it, and
I know. You
he
seen
has like
his
great touch and all that. It's just it's
you seen
unreal.
his Team France highlights
Yeah,
already
dude,
for
that's
the
what I'm
one
saying.
game.
Batum just throws it up. Wemby just like lob dunk. I'm
I
like, dude,
know.
if they would have just done this, but yeah, they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we'll see. We'll see who gets more blocks on Team France, Rudy or Wemby. Definitely Wemby.
Dude, and the crazy thing, there's no defensive 3 seconds, and they're just camped out in the lane. Like that
I
is
don't know.
unfair, bro. And you can like smack it off the rim,
I
like
know. It's like not goaltending and shit. The FIBA rules.
that's like that's like fucking 8.5 foot goal for Wemby. Like, dude, he is
I
cheap.
know.
But yeah, wrap up on this. The top three are consensus. The
Yeah.
rest, it starts getting real shaky at about 10.
Yeah,
And
I mean top six is pretty similar, but
all I gotta say is you gotta let go of them old heads. They're falling down, bro. Brunson is the guy. Forget KD and
he's
Bron.
not the guy. I'll tell you that. He's not the guy.
He's, he's that guy. He's
I don't
putting New
know.
York on his shoulders.
I'm just saying, yeah, top 10's pretty similar. After that, he's got Brunson at 8. I got him at 15. He can slowly but surely creep up those lists, but I don't think he's earned top 10 yet, even though he's in the MVP.
How about this to round it off? Who not in this list could you see jumping into this top 20?
I got two names. Who you got?
It's gonna be tough with Paul George on his team, but Tyrese Maxey's right there.
Hmm.
And God, Paolo Banchero is a dark horse.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you like that?
Tyler
Which
Caro, dude, people forget how young he is, how good he
dog?
is.
Dog. What
Yeah.
you
All right. I got De'Aaron Fox,
okay?
and then
He's right there. He's like 20,
he's
25.
top 30.
He's 25, yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say Sabonis, but that's his teammate.
Nah.
So
I'm talking about up like ascending.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a young guy.
Uh,
Um,
maybe
Definitely De'Aaron
Halliburton,
Fox.
Darren Fox. All right.
I'll take
He's
him. He's
right
gonna be
there.
top 20.
He could be like he was right in my 20 to 25 range, but he's right there, yeah. But all right, that wraps it for the top 20. Well, we gotta have debates down in the comments. Please go off on who's not going off. We're going at it some arguments right there, but yeah, The disrespect on Brunson's name needs to stop. I'm not having it.